Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another post-game Montreal Canadiens. But this today is going to be different. I'm going to talk about the post-game Montreal, the Team Canada against the Austria game, and finally, I want to talk about the football lost an amazing, great person, and John Madden. I want to give a tribune about John Madden at the end of the video. So don't go nowhere. But before we start, we invite you, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the likes if you enjoyed this video. And finally, tell us what you think about the performance of Montreal Canadiens, Team Canada, and also what was represent for you, John Madden. Let's dive in about usually what I do, and I'm going to start with the Team Canada right away. Shortly, what I want to tell you is that Canada win the second game at that tournament by a score of 11-2 against Austria. Connor Bedard, the 16 years old, become the first Canadian players to have 4 goals at the youngest age, beat Wayne Gretzky. And unbelievable performance of Connor Bedard. Already his name will always be compared to Michkov of the Russian team, another great hockey player for the draft 2023. So they're looking great so far. Canada, they're going to play against Germany today. We're going to see what they look like. But again, a great performance on the number 16. We have to mention also McDavid have a good game with Canada. We have Perfodi score, Cormier score, Johnson score. I can go all the way like this. And it was Brochu. It was between the pipe for the Canada. And but I want to talk about Shane Wright. People say, oh, he's doing nothing. And people are trying to... Shane Wright guy is not the Connor McDavid. He's not Sidney Crosby. I don't know what's your expectation for him, but he's not that kind of player. Look what's going on with Lafreniere. Look what's going on with Urshire. It's rare the player like Bedard, Gretzky, Crosby, McDavid. Shane Wright is not that kind of players. He's going to be maybe the best player on the draft 2022, but we cannot take him like he's going to be another McDavid. It's completely wrong. And then we have to be patient. It's not the junior tournament, the World Junior Tournament will make a career for players. He put in the third line right now. So I think if you are Montreal fans, don't expect Shane Wright is going to change. He's going to be a cornerstone player for the next 10 years for Montreal Canadiens. He's not going to bring the Stanley Cup right away by himself. We have to be realistic here. And I think sometimes the fans are jumping right away on the conclusion about one tournament. He did not play all year last season. So I just want to open up the door for the Team Canada today, and I think it was important for me to bring to you. Let's start talking about the Montreal Canadiens, and I want to mention to you guys, usually I come with you guys with a stat, the number, who score, the shot, the giveaway, the face-off percentage, and all the stuff like that. I don't want to get there today, because right now Montreal play with only a few players in NHL. The rest was all American Hockey League. I will give you an example. Gallagher, all right, Suzuki, Savard, and we have maybe Kulak. They are the most player with most experience in NHL. Maybe we can add Pocket if you want to. The rest guy is all young players. They didn't play a lot in NHL. We have Jeff Gordon, since he was hired at the end of November, evaluate. And we see yesterday another different group of players on the ice. What I enjoy and that's what we like. Remember when Jeff Petrie, we had no system. Nobody want to go nowhere. They don't know what to do, everything like that. It's not what you have to do. It's you have to work hard. You have to have a work ethic. You have to have a desire. You have to carry each other. You have to work as a group together before you play a system. That's the friends we see right now last night compared to the beginning of the season, where many of them, the old player, the veteran player, does not really care. And one start with Jeff Petrie. And maybe you're going to say, oh, coach, you're hard. No, we see people yesterday with heart. We see people show up. We see people want more. They see people with intensity. They never give up. Whatever it was the score, that's the first game this year I saw last night. What it was trailed by 1 goal. They are trying to come back. And they take a chance to come back and lead again. They gave up 2 goals at the end at 12 seconds by Corey Perry, and then they lose an OT. But I never see a team give up. I never see a team that don't really care. I didn't see a team, they were not only there to get their money. I see a young kids player want to play in the NHL be grateful about that opportunity they got yesterday. And that's what about. I see a coach different act yesterday. I think it's something happening, but again, I see this. Only thing I would say, Ducharme did not do well. I think he played with some favorite players. I think his time management for player is not great. That's the reason I bring this to you, this one there. First of all, the power play Montreal was bad. But I understand the kind of player they have. They don't practice a lot, everything like that. So I'm not going to blame too much about it. I want to talk about Ducharme, what I don't understand. Why Paquette play 13 minutes? All right? Almost the same thing like Cole Caulfield. Are you going to build Montreal with Paquette? Poland play 11 minutes. Vedemo play 13 minutes. He play more minutes at Poland. Then you have Belzile, 30 years old, play 15 minutes. And Belzile play more minutes at harvey-pinard, Vedemo, and he play more at Poland. He play more at Caulfield. I don't get it. I don't get it. You don't, Dominique Champ, focus on the veteran now. Let the kids play. Let them to show to Jeff Gordon what they look like. Why to bring harvey-pinard? He scored 1 goal and you let play 9 minutes 28. If you are only there to winning the game, you're on the wrong spot at that moment, Dominique Champ. I know you want to win to look good, but at the end of the day, it's not about you. It's to give a chance and opportunity for the young kids to have a performance to show for Jeff Gordon. Can we trust this kid? Can this kid play with us for next year? I see an Ireland yesterday play good. But he played only 10 minutes. That's not work for me. So I see a lot of good things. Romanov, guys, 26 minutes. What that showed to me, that's what Jeff Gordon need to build around Romanov as a defenseman over there. It was great to see Gleigu 18 minutes. Not a bad game. But I see Niku had no reason playing NHL. All right? Savard played maybe his best game yesterday. He played 25 minutes. Again, he scored a goal yesterday. Schoenemann, his first game in NHL, 11 minutes. But my point to you guys, I said, I see desire. I see intensity. I see a group the kids want to play and out the game together. And hopefully those veterans right now sit at home. The Hoffman, the Toffoli, the Anderson, the Petrie, and all those players right now, the Edmondson and the Price over there, Jake Allen, when they look at that, say, you know what? I maybe lost my job here. We see a Montembeault did not do well overall, but he fight. At least during the game, he never gave up. And that's what I want to explain to you today, why the post-game is friends about that. I want Dominique Champ give more chance for the young kids, and I want Jeff Gordon to take a note what's going on right now. I like what he's doing right now. He took a note. And that's what's the most important thing. Now, I'm going to show you why Montreal gave a goal at the end of the game and why the player have to get better about that one over there and why I don't understand what Dominique Champ did. This is the goal of Perry. Now, Savard played well on that one over there. All right? But why Belzile and also Suzuki are not on Perry? We have one guy right now, the player number 5 on the Montreal Canadiens guy is with Killorn in front of him. So, all right, it's Jake Evans. But why Belzile does not cover Perry? Why Suzuki is behind? And that's what they need to learn. That's what I said. Ducharme trusts Belzile. I don't get it. He's 30 years old. Let play a young kids at those kind of moments. They will learn. You're not going to build your team. If you build your team, Montreal Canadiens, with Alex Belzile, we're going to be bad for the next 10 years. I'm sorry. I understand he's 30 years old, But I think it's time yet. Why not to bring a young kids right there, RV-Pinard, and Elonen, everything like that? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Then Ski played yesterday 25 minutes, almost 26 minutes. Why? He's -2. Gallagher first game back, 19 minutes. I don't know. Then I'm going to show you why the call from that one was not good from the ref. This is a cross-checking against Jake Evans by 7 Stankos. They miss it. And that's the reason why I said they should not, they should call a penalty on that one over there. It's sad, but there's a reality behind that one over there. So I want to mention to you guys is, at least it was great to see Savard, Glag, RV-Pinard, and Wiedemann, all 4 of Montreal Canadiens score a first goal of the season, and RV-Pinard, first game in NHL, have a first goal in NHL. So congratulations for RV-Pinard. But for me today, I see a young, many of them young, maybe to become the next generation of the player in the NHL for the Montreal Canadiens. We want more. I think Ski need to get more. I need Caulfield. That did not do well yesterday for me. But again, Romanov, that's a great for me to see Romanov step up his game. And I think at the end of the day, it's all about, for me, at least they carrying each other and they never give up. That's what we see so many times this year from the Montreal Canadiens. They have most of them in the American Hockey League play against the NHL. You're going to say, oh, it's legacy on the side. It's not a matter. They still have Edmund. They still have Brennan Point. You still have Killorn. You have Maroon. They have Perry over there. They have Palat over there. They have Bukosian over there. They have McDonough over there. So they not also have a team over there like, oh, he's missing Sergachev, Vasilevsky, and Kucherov. On paper, they was better to Montreal Canadiens. My point to you, we have to give credit for the Montreal show up yesterday. And as a fan, they gave us a great excitement game. That's, for me, it was important with a bunch of young players for the Montreal Canadiens. Finally, I want to finish this guy. That's the sad news, is the pass away of John Madden. He's always going to be remembered, the gold, the Hall of Famer of the NFL, everything like that. We know John Madden behind the mic, but for me, it was more at this. He was one of the best coaches in the NFL. The human being behind the mic of who is really John Madden is unbelievable. And sometimes we think about, those kind of people making name back to others while he making his friends. That's what he did, John Madden, during all those years. It was about people. He was one of the most charismatic communicators in live about other people. It was not about him, it was about others. With kindness, with compassion, with love, with care. He was always there to help. He was always there to remind other people how humble he was. That's what John Madden, on the field or off of the field. From the stand up or on the restaurant, anywhere. The people love John Madden. It was really a sad news we heard yesterday that John Madden. On this, my friend, I want to say R.I.P. to John Madden. And what he did was unbelievable in the football. I'm not a big fan of football. I love those kind of people, making friends. And his story, his legacy is going to be forever in the football. So what? RPI, John Madden. Guys, this was a fun post game. I understand. I want to show to you fun other things about that. I want to talk about Team Canada. They are back on the ice tonight against Germany. Montreal Canadiens are on the road right now. They're going to play at the Carolina Hurricane Thursday. Saturday are back in South Florida, and in Miami play against the Panthers. We know all the game and postponed for Montreal Canadiens and Montreal Bell Settler. I don't want to talk about COVID. I don't want to talk about what the people do in Quebec. I just want to stay positive. We are at the end of the year 2021. I just want to remind you, whatever happening in 2021, right? We're going to go to 2022. Don't stay in the past. Learn for what you did happening to you the last 12 months. Now change if you have to, and try to figure out what you need to become better. Use the 1% better every single day. Become the best version of yourself, because remember, you have greatness inside of you. Happy New Year. I wish you the best to you for 2022.
What if I open my soul? Here I stand by myself on my own. What if I lose all control and take a step out into the unknown? Oh, oh, oh. What do I know?